Hey guys, what's up? I normally don't do this, but I greatly enjoyed this match, so, you know, I just figured I may as well show it. This is a replay of a match in my IS-7. This is obviously a tier 10 heavy match. Enemy team has an FV 183, which scares the dickens out of me, and it should scare the dickens out of everybody. That thing is ridiculous, and always assume it's using gold ammo, because it's ridiculous. Gold ammo on that thing, I think it has 180 something, or sorry, 280 something-ish pin, and 1750 average damage or something like that, which is just ridiculous. It will one-shot things left and right, it's crazy. But anyway, this match went pretty darn well. I enjoyed it, so I figured, you know, I've got replays turned on, why not show it? I did not fast forward at any point during the replay because I'm doing post commentary, which is after I record said replay, so all the fast forwarding and stuff is just me editing the replay itself to make it a little faster. Either way, the general plan here was to go city and kind of see what I could manage to do. There's some things I did wrong, there are some things I could have done better, several of which will actually be relatively soon here. In fact, I think all of them are relatively close to each other, but overall there was a lot of well-played stuff. We have a King Tiger who wasn't very well played, but everyone else did a pretty good job of everything. Now, one of their artillery somehow seems to know where I am, or just took a random pot shot, because that happens. They shoot literally right next to where I was just driving, so I'm incredibly lucky that that didn't hit me. I'm not sure what exactly set the artillery off, but whatever. It's a thing. Also, our tier 10 heavy that's on the other side of this building of me, I'm not entirely sure. The friendly one, not the enemy one. I'm not entirely sure what he thought he was doing going down that road when they have two high-power tank destroyers. I'm also not sure what this guy thought he was doing, because he just gets wrecked by that medium tank. US medium tank with an autoloader, and there's the 183, which prompts me to quickly drive in more or less the other direction. Hooray! We have to fight him later, don't worry. I don't just cower away the entire time, although I try to cower away from him. Now here's two things I did wrong. I shot too early, and then I shoot too early again. Both times I had more or less a clear shot on a tank that's not much of a threat to me. KV-4 can pin if it aims in the right spot, but the KV-1S behind him is no threat at all. But here I go again, taking shots way too early. Admittedly, I didn't realize there was a building right there when I took that shot on the KV-1S, but I should have waited just a little bit longer for the aim to snap in. I didn't. So I missed two shots in a row right there. However, I make up for it with this shot on the KV-4 that's about to happen, which I think is entirely based on luck because I ran into the wall. So the timing on that is basically accidental. But his turret's not pointing anywhere near in the right direction, and I light him on fire, so he's pretty much screwed. And then I kind of just make the decision to just chill back here. I know artillery really wants to shoot me, so I'm trying to hang around this building as much as I can for right now. I know I'm spotted, I know they know where I am, but I don't know what they're aiming at. And then the KV-4 makes the idea that he's just gonna see what he can do. Didn't actually do very much, but he just basically, I think he just wanted to see if he could do anything before he died to one of these other tanks near me. And you can see the King Tiger down in the bottom right of the map there. Not really sure what he's been doing the entire match, but I see some mediums in base. I saw at least two tanks over there, and I realized we don't have a whole lot over there, so I didn't realize how much of their team was left, so I'm thinking I might want to head back to base. Those guys can twiddle about with the 183 and just kind of delay it and not get murdered. The not get murdered part didn't go very well for them, but I wanted to just make sure the base is secure. Now, I didn't realize for a while here, in fact I realized it in a second, but the base is completely clear now. And the only thing left has been spotted in the city and artillery, which is generally around their base, although one of their artillery moved, so that's the thing. One of their artillery actually moved pretty intelligently because he was in a really good position to hit me, but I think he got distracted by the fact that we had a medium going towards their base, which is also a pretty good plan. That Chinese medium, whatever it is, the 121 or whatever, I think that's a medium. Is it medium or heavy? I don't know. He did pretty well. He did his best to handle artillery on the base. He did distract them. He did distract the 183, which I think is what let us win this. Was the 183 being in the completely wrong position to assist his team. Because he actually goes back to the base because he knew where I was because this King Tiger and our artillery makes an amazing shot on that guy when I request fire on him. Watch this. T-95 misses, I believe. Yeah, he misses, which is fine. But then this artillery makes an amazing shot on the rear deck of that King Tiger and lights him on fire. So that was really good shot on that GW Tiger's part there. And then I sit here and twiddle about trying to make sure I don't get hit by artillery. Standard fare. I'm in a heavy tank. I almost said light tank. In a heavy tank, do little diagonal patterns, basically. Do a diagonal one direction, a diagonal the other, backwards, forwards. It's pretty hard to hit something when you don't know where it's going, quite frankly. And you don't have to do it very long in these high tiers, because artillery can't refire all that often, so once they missed, as you saw that one miss there, I'm fine from him, but the other two were probably taking forever to aim. And as you can see, up near their base, we have a friendly. Hooray! And he will actually cause the distraction of their GW Tiger, who is caught way out of position. I'm not sure what he thought he was doing there. I guess he was running away from the base, but why would he be running away from the base and towards his only known target location, which would be me? Because they don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't know where anything else is until he lights up that artillery back there. Now, I told him to be careful, because we didn't know where the FV was. I figured he'd be with the King Tiger, but obviously he's not, because I'm advancing and I haven't seen him. So I think maybe he's watching the base. I tell him to be safe, because we don't know where it is. And he does a pretty good job. He toys around with this artillery, gets a good kill on him. But he took a little bit too long to get away from the base and gets nailed by the 212, I think, is it? He's nailed by something. There's the GW Tiger, by the way. It's a decent spot considering what's happening in his base, but it's not a decent spot considering where I am. And there's the 212 there. Yep, get the shot on him. And the FV is on the road as well. Now this battle with the FV could have gone better, but there's not really much I could have done to do anything better than that, I think, in my opinion anyway, given the circumstances. But he did a pretty good job trying to keep alive. The T-95 is basically what let us win this. If that T-95 hadn't existed, this FV would have just killed me. So it would have just been on the artillery to kill him, but then the enemy artillery would probably kill our artillery, and then we would have lost. Either way, I decide, you know, the T-95 is going to be pretty vital to my ability to live, so I just kind of faceplant into this building and wait, because it's a T-95, and it is the slowest thing known to mankind. Is it actually the slowest? I don't know. Either way, it's slow, so I have to kind of chill here and wait for him. Sadly, the 183 isn't quite as slow as the T-95. And there it is. Now, I was typing right here, so I kind of frantically deleted it and started repositioning. Sadly, the artillery was aiming at me, so when I slightly repositioned, he double-tracked me, so I repaired it. I think that was a good idea because I get a good track shot on him. Artillery doesn't have a shot on him, sadly, because that artillery shot would have outright killed him. But it does allow me to pull back into this wall, and he knows it, but I actually managed enough time to get a reload here. He knows I'm reloaded, so he just kind of chills behind the wall again. And he does something known as side scraping, I believe. Or he gets into position to do something known as side scraping, but if he actually does it, he'll just get popped by artillery. You'll see him do it in a second. It's the reverse side angling thing where you point your tank towards the opposite corner. He very well may do it because of the T-95, but I'm not sure he didn't actually spot the T-95. So you saw the side scraping work pretty well. I think I tracked him, which is what I was trying to do, but I think he repaired it. He tracks me. I'm pretty sure he was firing gold ammo there because he did a metric ton of damage and tracked me. On the wrong track, mind you. And then artillery double tracks me, so I'm not terribly pleased about this, and I don't think the 121 notices because he tells me to move up as if I'm not trying to. But I'm incredibly lucky that artillery didn't just outright kill me. Now here's something I was doing. I don't think the T-95 figured out what I was doing. I start pushing them. I'm surprised we could actually do this, but I was having FV help me. And the reason I was pushing him was I was trying to get the T-95 closer to a structure he could hide behind, which I'm not sure if it helped or not. I think the artillery actually shot the building over there next to him, so I'm thinking it did help. But I was trying to push them both towards a building, so once the FV's dead, maybe the T-95 could survive. He did survive. There was no need for him to, but he did survive, so I guess it kind of worked as planned. And now the only thing left is the 212, which can one-shot me and the T-95 if he's given the chance. So I was trying to... The reason I'm wiggling back and forth here is I'm trying to decide whether or not to move with the T-95 or go. But I realize we don't have a lot of time left, and if we can't find the artillery, we have to cap or we're going to tie. And you need a lot of time to cap for a single tank. I think it's... I don't know how long the cap is. I don't know, it's a long time though, either way. I think it's 100 seconds for one tank in this standard game mode, not encounter or whatever it is. I think it counters 200 or something ridiculous. So 100 seconds, so a minute 40. That's a lot of time, in fact. And I think I barely make it to the base in that time span, so we would have just barely won on cap. But the 212 decides he may as well show his face. I know where he was. He was next to that building over there, but I didn't know if he had moved or not, because I had no idea where his shots were coming from based on his firing angle. I thought he had moved because he shot me around the side of that building when I backed up slightly, but apparently not. I had just backed up enough for him to get a good angle on it. And he pops around from the building just like before. And I get a pretty darn sweet track shot on him. I love me some track shots. That front corner when people come around things, it's great. So I mark him. Obviously, he's the only one left, I think people know, but I mark him for target. Our artillery can't range in time. I think he may be reloading. I'm not entirely sure why he would be, but he can't range in time. The 212 knows he's dead, so he just takes a shot. I think he was trying to hit me around the corner, which is why I backed up. But he couldn't quite manage it. So there you go, 93,000 credits, 3,200 experience, give or take. This is on a double. This is during an event, so the credits are boosted a bit and the experience is doubled, so it was about 1,600 experience, and I think it would be about 70,000 credits or so. Something around there. Either way, it was an amazing match. 4,000 plus damage, 1,000 experience with non-premium. I think, yeah, the team score is non-premium. Non-doubled. Look at the money I made in that match. In an IS-7 tier 10, I made 51,000 credits. That's insane. Either way, that was a fun match. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So see it, blarg. Or blarg, blarg, blarg. One of these days, I'll be able to speak properly. Probably not. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.